Good morning, everybody. Hey, Suzy, what's up this morning?
Hi, Dawn. I'm here with Norton.
All right, let's see who's in the chat. Pam, good morning. Paradox Fossils, good morning and welcome. I made you a moderator. I saw you over in Johnny's chat.
Hi, Paradox.
Oh, was it Johnny's or Victoria's? Debbie, what's up, Debbie?
Hi, Paradox.
Oh, was it Johnny's or? I had to turn my volume on my phone off.
I'm like, what? Who's talking?
So,
like when I pet him, I'm like,
Martin with you today, and I have Precious with me today, as usual, because she's like attached to my body. You know how that goes. I think everybody left because it only says one, and that's me. On my phone. Oh my goodness. Johnny might still be going on because he's got Glamours in there talking about Poshmark. So
I'm a little depressed about Poshmark personally, but you know, it's an easy platform to sell some stuff, but they have the crappiest return policy in the history of the universe, which favors. It almost favors. I don't know if it favors the seller. It probably favors the seller. They designed a system where they have so many exclusions to what you can return.
Right.
That you have to make a case out of it. It makes you want to just say, screw it, I'll keep it. And that's what they want to have. And then the people are just never going to shop again.
Yeah.
On there.
So Debbie says, good morning, Dawn, Suzy, and dogs.
I can read.
Debbie says one is the loneliest number. It is, Debbie. It is. Sometimes it can be nice, but for this, it's not.
Tell her to put a 1 in the chat if she's still there.
Yeah, she's here.
She's here.
Back. Yeah, she's back.
Debbie.
Debbie.
Oh, Debbie. Look, Norton's looking at us.
Norton looks sad this morning.
Where's your puppy? Where's your puppy?
She put 1.
Thank you, Debbie.
That is funny.
I want to be Facebook.
She put 2 and 3.
I want to be Facebook friends with her because I feel like she, you know, like I might want to send her or show her all my teeny tiny clothes and give it to her super like reasonable, like as in maybe bin cost, and she'd be interested. I don't know. I'm
Vintage Garage. Good morning, rough, and hello to the dogs. Yep, we have 2 dogs here. I have Precious, who's usually attached to my hip, and Norton. Norton's looking a little sad today.
He's tired.
Debbie says she's not on social media. No Facebook, nothing. Yeah.
No, that's probably smart.
Here comes Roxy.
Like me. Here's Roxy. Roxy. Come here. Come.
So how's everybody doing this morning?
There's Roxy. Well,
Roxy's jealous because you had Norton in your lap. Hey, Kent.
Hi, Kent.
Oh, Lord. Kent says he's got 6 dogs in a recliner with him.
Wow.
That's a lot of love, Kent. A lot of love. A lot of unconditional love.
Roxy's hair is like has been chewed on by Norton, and now I have to brush it out. Not right now, this second, but you know, soon.
Right. Greg.
Good morning. The Rasta dog, no, with dreadlocks. Hi, Greg. How are you? So tell me.
Did you just ask how old he was?
I said, how are you?
I can't hear. What I heard was, how old are you?
How old are you, Greg?
I was like, Suzy.
How old are you?
John says he's getting better. Back at it. He's been under the weather. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm feeling better. Hey, Jessica.
I hope you feel better.
Can't stay long.
She has to pimp us out.
We're happy to have you here for as long as you can stay.
I don't know how she always says, I'll pimp you out, but I don't know what she means by that personally.
She shares. Oh, okay. Look, Miss Jennifer Hayes is here. And Jessica pimped us out. Here listening, but have to move furniture over to my driveway from the lot next door before someone takes it.
There you go. Enjoy.
Get it, girl. Get it.
Enjoy the. I was going to say the next door furniture.
The porcelain princess is here, known as TG.
TG.
What's up, Scarlett?
Talk loud.
Hey, Yvonne. Yvonne is here.
Hey,
Johnny must be over.
This dog must be dusty, is what I'm thinking. I'm getting allergic with her sitting next to me.
The dog is dusty?
Well, they have fur and they roll around on the floor.
Yeah, that and their little danders that they have. Do dogs have dander like cats have dander, I guess?
Yeah, they do. They definitely do.
It cracks me up when it puts
scarlet face, blue,
smiling face,
hand, pink, waving, fuchsia, poop shape.
I wonder why YouTube hasn't caught up with the new emojis. Wow. So what's everybody doing today? Oh, Lord. Yvonne said, I drank 2 coffees, still sleepy. Should I drink one more? Sure. Put a 1 in the chat. Just kidding.
Think you should drink more. I'm drinking Diet Coke Zero.
Well, my son fixed me a big glass of Coke Zero, but if he fixed me another cup of coffee, I would not be mad at him. Did you hear me, Thomas? Oh, I think he went out with the dog, the other dog. So yeah. So I was listening to Glamours this morning on Johnny's, and she was saying, somebody asked about the lives, and she said now they have to send you an invitation.
Where? To Johnny?
They either send it to your email to do a live, or they send it to your Posh Closet. But she said you can't. Right now, they're not taking applications, so they have to send you an invitation to do a live.
It appears that once these people have done a live and they have it in their little toolbox on the side, that they can go live willy-nilly. One guy was live all night long.
Wow.
And then by the time the morning came, he didn't even he wasn't even trying to sell anything. He was just talking.
Yeah, and I think she has a big closet. She says she's a Posh ambassador too. She said there would be no reason why she shouldn't be able to go live, but she didn't get an invitation. Yvonne says, when I drink coffee after Debbie says, when I drink coffee after taking Benadryl, it puts me to sleep so fast, no matter how many coffees I have. Well, yesterday I was sleepy. I've been sleepy a lot, and I don't know if it's the new diabetic medicine they put me on, but. And then I'm playing with the 1 minute my sugar's over 200. The next minute it's like in the 60s. So
does that thing that's on your arm just monitor the sugar, or does it give you insulin?
No, it's just monitor sugar. And I had to put a patch over it because one fell off. I called them and they're going to give me a new one for it, which is good because they cost like $30-something bucks. So, and I had to go. Thank God Walgreens had the patches on hand. I used to get them from Amazon or eBay or wherever, but now Walgreens had them. So
I'm allergic to all those like sticky stuff, like the tapes and the adhesive.
Yeah. I used to have the that stuff you put on to make it stick better, but I gave it to my daughter because she's supposed to use the kinetic tape stuff on her knees, so I gave it to her when I had quit using the Freestyle before. Now I'm back to using it because my sugar's been up.
The dogs are at the front door and they're looking at
out, or they're waiting for Tony.
What?
They want to go out, or are they waiting for Tony?
Well, Tony went away and he's not coming back till after he does his chores. But
bye, Jessica.
Bye. But it could be that I got mail.
Oh, you got mail?
I can do an unboxing if it's a package.
Well, go get it. Go see if you got mail.
If it was really.
So how many people on here do Poshmark? Like, what platforms do you sell on? Would y'all like us to do more reselling stuff on the channel? Because I know y'all must get tired of our stupid chit-chat that we do. So let us know if you would like more, like reselling. We try, but then we get, we kind of ADD, so we veer off. Okay, you do, but a little bit, not much. Yeah, I don't have much. I think I have 70 listings in Posh, and I sold one thing. I got mad at them and I quit, so now I'm having to start all over again. But I do have Flip, which is nice, and you can cross post on it, and they have a sharer on it. But I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm good, Scarlett. I just have something going on personally, and it's like freaking me out, making me sad, making me, it's up and down. Hey, Haley. For those who don't know, Haley is my oldest daughter. Good morning, baby. Good morning from me, Erica, and Sandra. You must be at work. She's at work. Haley, I need some more bologna.
I need bologna.
Say it.
Can you
Haley's
get bologna?
I want I want the German one.
I want bologna. Who's here?
The new ones that I don't know if you knew that Yvonne is here.
I know that. Is your mom here?
Nobody. Haley is the only new person that came in while you were gone. Did you get a package?
I didn't get anything.
I'm waiting for my package from Anitra.
Me too.
Yeah. Ooh. She asked if it was in, but our post office was closed yesterday because of Mardi Gras.
Our post office was open because we don't.
You don't have Mardi Gras, right? It's crazy. I mean, because they were closed Monday, they were closed. So then I had to go to another post office that was open. So Yvonne was saying, I asked who had Posh or what platforms they were on. Yvonne says she does, but she doesn't sell, hardly anything.
I sell the most on Posh, and I sell a little bit on Mercari. And I stopped doing eBay.
Mm-hmm.
And with Posh, I feel like Posh is okay if you're there a lot. Like you have to go on the platform a couple times a day, and then for some reason, like how people say you have to list, like you can copy your listings, you can share your closet, and then you can. I think the best thing with Posh, like to get people to look at your stuff, is to maybe go to a live show, go to their followers, and then follow all the blue tabs that you don't follow, and then maybe they'll follow you back, and then they'll see something they want.
And that's what Glamour was saying. It's more about the sharing and listing more to get your listings bumped up.
But honestly, I only think I sold like one or I have had two different closets. My first closet, I sold, a bunch of stuff, and my second closet, I've only sold like 12 things. But I only sold one thing out of a show, I feel, but it doesn't really. If you have something that looks interesting to somebody, even if they don't really want it or it's the wrong size, they might check out your store. Mm-hmm. And see if they want something else. And what's nice about Posh, which I think is the hidden secret, and it's brilliant on their behalf, is that you can spend your credits right away. So a lot of people just use it as like their hobby. They'll sell stuff.
If I spent my credits, my accountant would have a fit.
Well, but you see, that's the thing. Posh has a lot of like part-time sellers. So they're just selling off.
Right. They're selling to buy stuff.
They're getting the credits and they're spending it right back on Posh.
Right. Greg, where you were going, I asked them, I said, do y'all want us to talk about more reselling, or, if y'all tired about chit-chat stuff? So Yvonne says she likes talking about everything. Greg says he's been watching crazy things on the train derailment and the chemicals in the air. It's only 30 miles away from him. Ohio would be the death of him with luck. Well, Greg, you need to get your butt out and go to Florida.
I was listening about that train derailment and how it was cheated by both the company and I guess the mayor or the local government.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not going to go back to like the rules about train brakes, but the train company was apparently lobbying to get like the rules changed so that they didn't have to do a lot of maintenance on trains. Like that seems like a conflict of interest,
Right.
but regardless, the ground, they got rid of a lot of dirt in the area, but they didn't get rid of any of the dirt under the train tracks. So that train track dirt is poisoned.
Right. Well, Debbie says she's got a spare room for Greg. Haley says, good morning, Suzy.
Hi, Haley. I want some bologna too. Anyway, we
Scarlett said Greg can talk with he can sleep with the gooses.
Well, that would be probably easier for him. If anybody wants to come to my house, they have to live in a hovel full of. I'm like semi-hoarderish, and I only have a couch.
Well, I don't even have a couch because my 2 older kids came back, so I have no couch.
Semi-hoarderish.
So you would have to sleep on the floor, Greg.
Here. My next house maybe will have a lot more room, but I'm not going to guarantee a bed.
Right. Okay, Haley. Bye, honey. I'll probably come see you later. She had to get back to work. Hey, Cheryl. How are you this morning?
Hey, Cheryl from the
cold area.
Well, I think geographically I'm not that far from her. I'm probably like an hour and a half if she's in the Poconos. But I don't like, she'll say, oh, it snowed last night. And I'm thinking it rained last night for me.
You get the bad part of it. She gets the cold. I know Jane must be really cold because he said up in Canada it's cold. And they have a cold front coming down, but our weatherman said it's not going to reach us. We're in the 70s.
How do you like promote a town where it could frequently be below zero? It's like hard to say, come and freeze your bum off. It's like
right. I don't know. I have no idea.
Grow a beard and have apples from it.
Should I show them what I sold?
Okay.
I sold my picture.
Nerd is moaning.
Oh. And I sold it for $400. But I am waiting still on payment.
Well, so did you sell it? It's almost like did it if a tree fell in the woods, did it make you sell? Or if you sold a picture that you never got money for, did you really sell? I hope you get
I know. Well, I'm thinking they probably wait until tomorrow because I sold it for $400. And I know Suzy's going to kill me, but I paid $25 for it.
I'm not killing you. I'm just jealous that you have places where you can buy things for $25.
Right.
My best chance of getting anything for $25 is if I'm walking through a parking lot and there's $25 in the street.
Right. And then I have one more. That one was crawfish time. The other one is watermelon time. And then I sold a small one for $140, and it was playtime. So, like very primitive art from this little. She's actually from La Place, where my shop is at, which is like about 10 minutes from me.
Is she passed away or is she still alive?
I don't think she's still alive.
Well, her stuff should be twice as valuable now. Come on.
Right. I don't know. I have them listed for $650, like on Posh. Everywhere I have them listed. And then on eBay, I have my 20% off. And I offered her it was like $475. I offered her $450, and she came back at $4, so I took it. I mean, $25 into $450. Hey. So Yvonne said last time she sold on Poshmark was January 12th, and it was Michael Kors jeans for only $13, but they were really used. I mean, my vase I sold was whatever it was. I got $12 profit, so I don't know.
I was about to put $1 on my Hoosier vase, but then I realized I could maybe put 15. So, right. I mean, I wouldn't have sold it on Posh.
Debbie goes, seriously, Greg? Probably not much better here. We have Chinese spy balloons. Oh, my goodness. And we have hurricanes, so I don't know what to tell you, honey.
I live in a flood town. It's not fun here either.
Well, I guess we all have something. No matter where you go, you're going to have something. I guess this is a major cover-up by the train company. It could be. Hey, Barbara.
I think that there's a sequence of events that that are evolving that it's not just that the trains weren't being maintained, and they're saying, who needs brakes? Trains don't need brakes. Oh, and then they did something where it's not considered poisonous if there's, like, let's say, I'm just making up numbers, but if it was like 100 cars, it's considered poisonous. But if there's like 99 cars, it's not. And I'm thinking,
but they said so many people are getting sick.
That breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. I know somebody came on one of the chats and said, this is like a national disaster, and they're doing nothing about it, and we're sending money over to foreign nations. Now, I know that we're sending money to foreign nations because we don't want one bad country taking over the world. It makes sense that we have to protect, like, that from happening. Just in general. I mean, I thought like people would be over it, but it's not. My husband said something. It's like the poor man wants to be rich, the rich man wants to be king, and the king wants everything. Right. So, there's a sequence of events that happens in people's minds where they get like,
right. Yeah, I know. But it's crazy. I just hope they take care of the people and the area. And Greg, I hope you don't get sick, honey.
I hope you don't. Wow. I would be furious. And for all I know, I'm trying to find a place to. Well, I'm trying to clear out my house, which is a joke. I clear out, like, I'll throw out a broken mirror. Yay.
So if anybody wants anything, send Suzy a note and say, hey, do you have this? Because she has a bunch of stuff.
I have a lot of stuff, and I'm willing to sell it for, cost, which is always a good thing.
Right.
I just want to recoup my money.
Yeah. Debbie told Yvonne, she says $13 Michael Kors jeans. You gave that away. Dang. I know, but it's so many. Like you said, there's so many of them. And Barbara said today there's a blizzard in Fargo. So she said, great day to bake and make soup. You are right, Miss Barbara. Definitely. Can I come over? I'm a little far from you, but that sounds good. Cheryl said she's in a torture chamber. Barbara.
What is that mean?
Telling me I'm doing exercise. No, I'm not.
You're animated. You're talking.
I know. It's like, what's cooking, Barbara?
Maybe you could put your watch on the dog.
You know what it is when I'm like a fucking. Sorry, I'm like a monkey.
Joy, I said an F-bomb.
I'm sorry.
You always
it just came out when I get frustrated. I'm so sorry. I'm like a monkey. I keep my hands and it hits my watch. I'm sorry.
When I'm on the phone with you and you said, "Can you stop with the F-bombs? I'm in public."
Yeah, I had to tell her that. One day I was in a post office and she dropped the F-bomb and I'm like, ooh, Suzy. I had to put the volume down. So now when I walk in the post office, I'm like, Suzy, no F-bombs. I'm in the post office. But it's only when we're frustrated.
Now I missed.
Where did I find what?
Who found what? That painting?
Oh, it was at my local little special thrift store that is my honey hole that I don't tell about. But it's potato soup she's making. I'm just losing track. But yeah, it was on the wall and they had 3 of them for 25 cents each. So I grabbed them because Suzy's always talking about folk art. And I'm thinking, that looks like folk art.
You should thank me. Never talking about folk art. I said, don't forget that folk art, outsider art. So you can put like OOAK, one of a kind. You can put outsider art. You can put folk art. You can put primitive. So there's a lot of like collectors of each little thing. And it's worth money. People who want it, just buy it. Because I'm looking for it. I want it. I'll take it. Now, if you have no money, that's that. Then you have to be lucky and find it in or a quarter.
Right.
Hi, Mara.
So Mara's here. And Chris is like, yeah, Dawn, where did you find it? Wouldn't you like to know, Chris? I could probably tell Chris because he doesn't sell what I sell. And I met up with Chris again. We ran into each other. Well, we didn't.
$400.
Right. Well, Chris has a little basket area in my booth. So we happened to get there at the same time. So he said where he was going, and I wasn't supposed to go there because me and my mom went to Goodwill and didn't really find anything there. And I should have listened to Chris because he said he went and he couldn't find anything. And then we went to another. So we went to this one. It's like a mission for a church, and they have a warehouse, and it's like, so it's, I'm in heaven because there's a little bins on the floor, and there's like 2 or 3 shelves that says glasses, cups, plates, stuff like that, 10 cents a piece. So I got a whole box of like some little saucers and salt and pepper shakers. I may not sell them, but the salt and pepper shakers will probably go. And then I found some Rachel Ray plates, which looked brand new. I found a stack of Corral. It was the little bees and sunflowers. So I found a stack of plates and a few bowls. So I ended up spending, and I found some cups, and then I found Chris a cup. I forget what it was, an M&M cup, and it said Chris. So I made him buy it. I told him he had to buy it. And then we went to another thrift store that didn't have anything really. And
I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you, I mean, I know what you spent at that store, and it wasn't a lot of money in general, and it could generate money. And if it's bread and butter, that's good. But I wouldn't not look at the other stuff because you never know. You never know if you could turn $4 into like 400 or 200. It's still worth up. I mean, I know you get happy when you see things for 10 cents and 25 cents, but it doesn't mean that a $2 thing won't bring you 200. So
right,
you got to look at other. Sometimes it's worth it.
Right.
I never ever find anything for less than probably $3.
Right.
Truth,
Let's see who's in the chat real quick because it's getting away from me. So everybody's saying good morning. Suze, good morning.
Hey, Suzy.
How are you? Suze, are you blue? Because I can't tell on my phone. I can't tell in StreamYard.
My neck
Debbie says she loves potato soup.
Warm bread.
Like, warm bread. Yes, indeed.
I like the potato soup that has.
Hey, Mara.
Has anybody gone to Outback and had their potato soup? I kind of like that they put cheese in it and bacon in it. It's good.
No. Let's see. Hey, Donna.
Oh, and
for those of you don't know, Donna is my sister.
Really?
All we need is Rebecca Taylor now to come on in.
Who's Rebecca Taylor? Oh.
I don't know.
Becca?
Becca, my daughter-in-law.
She
came in the first time, and I'm like, "Who's Rebecca Taylor?"
No, it was Rebecca Trostclair. That was the
Rebecca Trostclair, and I'm like, "Who is that?" I said, "Do I know you?" And she's laughing. She goes, "Yeah," and then it was just a funny story, and because we call her Becca, but now I kind of call her Rebecca sometimes. I know she probably hates me for it. But Barbara says I want to make beer bread, but I'm out of beer. Barbara, did you drink all that beer? Cancer Alley is way worse than Tornado Alley. I used to live in Tulsa, middle of Tornado Alley. Yeah, we have like a couple streets here that we call Tornado Alley because the tornadoes seem to go down that street all the time. It's crazy.
Oh,
we're known as Cancer Alley because we have all the plants here and so many people get cancer. It snowed last night and it's foggy again today. I'm sorry, Cheryl. You always get the bad weather.
Cheryl, do you mind saying where you live? Because I'm looking for houses and I want to see.
Isn't Cheryl in the Poconos?
Yeah, but the Poconos are big and there's a lot of different towns, and some towns are towny and some towns are like wilderness. And I would rather be town adjacent, if not in a historical town, because Mara's old houses.
Yeah, Mara said they just implanted my IDs in the community in Ohio near the derailment. The person wears a QR code and they track the medical history and care with it. That's good and scary at the same time.
Yeah, it's like Big Brother's watching, man. But they watch some people.
Right.
I mean, people are getting all uptight about it. We all walk around with, I mean, I don't really walk around with it because I'm insane and I lose it half the time. But my phone has been charging.
Right.
I haven't taken it with me. But
Chris,
if you have a cell phone or a Easy Pass or I don't know.
Well, I'm way far in the track because Deb, I must be when I dropped that F-bomb because Debbie's like friggin'. She said friggin'.
The fudge.
It's crazy. Barbara says I just love my YouTube friends.
I wish we had that.
I'm sorry, Miss Barbara. I didn't mean to say that.
Did you see the commercial? Wait, did you see the commercial with the food replicator phones and they're shaking out like ketchup from?
I did not see that.
I'm like, I want that phone. It's not real, but I want it. Greg
says, "Well, I never heard such foul language." I need to catch up in the chat real quick, Suzy.
My virgin ears.
I know. Is that artist famous? She is, I think, for that type of art because I met a girl. I guess she's more famous locally. I don't know where the person is that bought it, but I don't know. So Scarlett's laughing. Greg says he's never heard that kind of language ever.
If you kind of like a certain kind of art, you might like an artist even if they're not especially famous. Because I follow a guy who a lot of his originals go for thousands of dollars, but you can still occasionally get something that he signed. But he's been for a very long time. So
hey, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Yep. So let's see. I'm almost there.
I'm so congested today. It's like these dogs run around and they kick up the
Hey, Adam. How are you?
Hi, Adam.
Adam probably says, she didn't say hello. I'm leaving.
Maybe they would have left anyway. And they,
Right. It's crazy. Anitra's here. Hey, Anitra.
Hi, Anitra. Anitra, you go on when I'm eating supper. I'm watching TV with my honey. I wish you would do an afternoon show, Anitra.
Oh, Susan's not blue. Susan, can you make a comment so I can make you blue, honey? Oh, wait. I found you.
I was going to say, you mean Suze? Or I'm the Suze?
Yeah, Suze.
Are you Suzy? Because you're Susan, according to Anitra. I'm originally a Susan.
Oh, did you ask how far Chris and I are together? And he said, we're about 45. I'm in the middle of New Orleans and Baton Rouge. He's in Baton Rouge.
Anitra, your package is going to arrive today.
Mine too, I think. Well, I have a business account on the post office, so it won't let me do the notified mail or whatever you call it. Adam said they got snow and ice. We're 72. Hey, Mama, you finally got on. Yay!
Hi.
Mom has a little trouble getting on sometimes. And you made it on before we're ending. That's cool, Mom. So now I have to be nice. My mama's in the house.
Oh, I think I cuss in front of your mother all the time, too.
I know, but I do, too. Ugh.
Sorry, Mama.
I know. We call her Mama. So if I say Mama, it's...
And I call her Mama.
Right. Mom, Donna says hi.
Miss Sandra, I curse. I have a potty mouth. Do I need to have soap?
Well, she knows I do, so... Ha ha. Susan says hi.
What did you say? The timing is scary. What? You went by
the timing is scary. Are they doing toxicity experiment? I think she's talking about the train derailment.
Well, I hope to get their act together because, it seems like they're going to have to remove that part of the track and then clear out the dirt and put new dirt in. And where are they taking the dirty dirt? The dirty, polluted, toxic dirt.
Right.
I didn't. So are you going to be like inflammable, dirty dirt? Like in a, okay, we just don't seem to like, like Mississippi can have it. We don't like it here. Where are they sending it? Are they sending it to the moon? Where are they sending it?
Well, it's funny here because every time it rains, there's a weird smell. I think the companies let their funky stuff out when it rains. Just my personal thought. Adam said Erin Brockovich is there now.
I bet there's gonna be.
I just made her blue. Let me know if it didn't work.
There's gonna be a lot of Erin Brockoviches in those.
Oh, you know it. Jennifer is back. I was giving her. Oh no, she says. I forgot what she said.
Everybody.
I'm done.
Everybody's property value in that area has tanked, and they gave everybody like $1,000 or something. I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot of money. And did they tell them to leave, and could they come back? I mean, I don't even know if they're ready to go back yet.
Right.
And I would be so up, and you can't drink water now. $1,000 doesn't even cover.
Look who it is. Rebecca Trosclair. I know who you are. You're my daughter-in-law. Becca, hey.
I think Trosclair is a hint when you say.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought, my husband has a really, really big family. And I thought, don't worry. When Becca first came on, I'm like, Rebecca Trosclair. We never call her Rebecca, but lately I have been. Because my mom calls her Rebecca. And it just, my mom calls Suzy Sue. And then sometimes I catch myself going, Sue.
I respond to it like it's okay. I mean,
I don't mean it like in a,
It's okay. You guys say things so cute down there to me that it almost sounds quaint. When you hear it doesn't sound like daggers.
Right. Jennifer says we aren't switching our schedule for Suzy. I think she means Anitra's show. I got my hot pepper seeds from Nora today that I won on her live. So I guess you're gonna do that. Well, and you get your popsicles ready, and
that's a good gift for you, actually. Hot pepper seeds. Do you plant them now so they're ready for the spring and they'll be really big and tall when?
Right.
They're planting.
Anitra says she got snow and ice today too. It does suck, I bet. When we get snow and ice, everything shuts down.
I'm gonna have to get.
Am I picking? Good morning.
If I move
am I picking? Are you blue? Because I can't see. Oh, Mara says, Mom, she's of age.
28 degrees. I thought it said inches. I was like, that's a lot of snow.
Right. Clint Torres. Oh. Scarlett caught me. Torres is my maiden name. Scarlett. That's all right. Okay. Mark, now your butthole can burn this summer. I hadn't heard Mark talking about his pepper stuff lately.
Well, he's going to talk about the butthole burning.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Right. Send that to California, not Mississippi. Are you going to Mississippi, Chris?
I'm just saying, they don't know, like, where did it go? Where did they send? I would have been following that with a drone.
Right. Y'all are doing some talking. She said, oh, that is horrible. They also set chemicals on fire and it went into the atmosphere too, but understand about the soil pollution too. Yeah. So they set the fire to help with the soil pollution, but then it gets in the air and oh my God, it's crazy.
That cloud looked just as bad as like when the World Trade Center fell. I lived in New York City, and I was directly above it, like about a mile and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I had a terrace, which I guess Southern people would call it a porch. Only there's a lot of them in an apartment building.
Right.
And or a lanai. So anyway, I went on it, and I could see the burning smoke from those buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Smell that stench, and it made the whole city smell funky.
Yeah.
I could
Crazy.
smell it where I lived, and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
right on top of it.
Wow.
You know, I wonder how it affected all of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was
Oh
horrible.
yeah. If anybody's not sub to Anitra, she's trying to get to 1,000. I think she's very close.
Well, that says 10,000.
Oh, 10,000. Ooh.
Well, I'd like to get to, at this point,
I'd like to get to 300. I was at 291. So if anybody's not subscribed to me or Suzy, and then hit the thumbs up, please.
Well,
I appreciate it.
I go up to about 307, and then it drops down to like 305 or 304,
Right.
And then it goes down to 299, and then it goes back up again to 3. It's very, very hard to kind of break through, especially when you don't put out content.
Right. Rebecca says that was hilarious. It was. Jennifer's dropping links. Everybody showed Jennifer some love. Check out her
Thank you, Jennifer.
Hey Glenn, her Etsy store, and buy her a milkshake.
I watched Jennifer unbox a box. The stuff was so beautiful. She did so great. It was fantastic. I was a little jealous.
I watched her undo the box from Anitra. It was cool. Hey Johnny, I think Johnny must have sent you.
Hey Johnny.
He says hello and good morning. Yeah, Johnny, if you want some warm weather, honey, you better come back home.
Don't cry.
Yes, it is hot here, Glenn. I mean, not super hot, but hot.
Hi.
Like hot enough that my car was hot, and I had a candy in there, and it melted, which made me mad. Not that I was supposed to eat a candy, but
wow. Come here and say I love you, Mama, on the air.
Do what?
I love you, Mama.
Oh, Susie's teaching her dog to talk.
You hear him?
I heard him. He said, I love you, Mom.
Yes, my husband thinks I'm insane.
I know when I do that with my dogs, Garrett's like, you're crazy. Well, Precious doesn't do it. All she does is bark.
Why are there twigs on the floor? Oh, I want to know.
Who
brought
Debbie?
twigs into the house? Norton. And why are you not eating the twigs?
Hey, Jody, how are you?
Hi, Jody. How are you? I'm sounding the same. Jennifer.
I know. Mark says it was an attack in his opinion.
It was an attack. It was failed breaks. Because they...
Oh, wait a minute.
When railroad
my check got away.
Lobby for to get the rules changed on every time they need to change the brakes. I think they were talking like the brakes were bad in 2018. I don't get how.
Right. Porson. Listen to me. I'm reading her name. Scarlett says I got first dibs on dibs.
Thank you, Jennifer.
I
do.
I know, Mark. I have to. He says you got to crank out content regularly to grow.
Someone asked me about my TikTok recently. I am signed out of my TikTok.
Just I forgot.
Yes, Pearl. She loves how Dawn's kind of listening to you. As you don't listen.
Pearl, don't give her that because she
doesn't listen to me ever.
I know, but I don't want to be rude to the chat. I'm listening to you.
People talk, have fun conversations, and then you read the chat. They're here because we're supposed to be entertaining.
Okay, all right. Hey, Pearl.
And now you're going to put me on the spot to be entertaining. And I'll be like...
That's right. Entertain. Go ahead. Well, Norton's trying to help. He says... You
know what? When he cries like that, it means he needs to... I don't know. Poop emoji. Number... Usually.
So is he telling you he has to poop? Is that what it is?
Probably.
Maybe. Becca says she wants snow. No, back up, because everything shuts down here. But when Dixie's not shutting down, honey, so you would have to walk there.
Do you get snow in
we get snow about once every 10 years.
That's not enough. Well, with global warming, it'll be once every 20 years. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Although it depends on the winds, right? not Santa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jody said Michigan is covered in ice. What? She said her jars are doing good. That's why. How long? I can't save a jar for a long time. I think Anitra said that she had bags from a long time. I get too itchy and I want to open. How can y'all save them for that long without opening them?
I don't find them. I need to go through them, I feel, just in general. I mean, I want to, if there's like dirt, the bags I get have safety pins, dirty shoelaces, and feathers. I need to sort of sort through. And if something is really smelly with perfume, I need to wash it because I can't. I mean, I get a lot of migraines.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it's exciting to go through them. Tony doesn't understand what it was until in one of my boxes I did find something that was gold, and he said,
"Hey,
well, don't
that's
say
nice.
Out loud, then nobody will put gold in the boxes." I'm thinking, I don't think they knew that they put gold in the box.
Well, I'm sure not. It was an accident.
Yeah.
Like my little store, I bought that necklace and earrings for $2, and it was silver. So Debbie says she wants you to song and dance, please.
What do you want to hear? Time warp? I could do the time warp.
Yeah. Pearl says, "Aw, for a baby talk."
Well, it sounds sad. He sounds like he's crying. Come here, honey. Come here, honey. He's upset.
He says his dog's interested in the conversation that your dog is having.
Hi, come here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here, pussycat. What do you do?
Pussycat.
I call him pussycat. It's like a pussycat. He doesn't know what a pussycat is. I just say it's like, what's new, pussycat? Oh, I got it. If I move this, we all might fall. Mr. Norton, don't lick your balls on.
I was gonna say, and then he turns around to lick.
Yeah, well. See, this is the thing. Come here. We were trying to. Oh, look at that fuchsia poop face. Fuchsia poop. Get rid of it.
YouTube doesn't look up those emojis.
My husband. We were trying to get. I bought a dog bed, and I actually sprung for it because it said it was one of those anxiety lessening dog beds. So it's in the shape of a donut, and it's really furry. So they're supposed to sleep in it and curl around in a circle, and it's cozy for them. Well, that's the theory. None of my dogs will go in there. So we have been lying in it to try to show them that that's what you do.
Okay. Maybe you try putting snacks in it.
They come and they lick our faces, and then they stand on it. But
they're probably going, "Good mommy, good mommy."
But I try to get him to come on to go on that bed, and then he, he'll put his front feet on it. They don't lick once. The dog I'm thinking, I wish I had never bought that thing because it takes up room and they're not using it. It's very comfortable and cute. I mean, it's so
Sell it.
Yeah, but I feel like I'll lose money. I mean, the other thing I had that they weren't using, at some point they started to use it. So then they enjoy it. We want snow. We want snow.
No, Chris, we don't want snow. It's 72 degrees. How's it going to snow?
We didn't have any accumulating snow, so that means we'll have a blizzard probably shortly.
70-something degrees. Oh, my God. Oh, he snuck a few. I'm going to have to go check it out. Greg snuck a few videos in there.
Nobody G.
Scarlett, you a hot mess. Oh, Rebecca says she can drive in snow. She'll take us around. Rebecca's originally from Tennessee, so they have some snow over there.
Well, I'm from an area that gets snow, and it really depends on your car tires.
Mm-hmm.
My car,
right?
And my new car from 07 doesn't. That is so funny. How could I put new and car in?
But it's probably like new as far as you don't have very many miles on it because you don't drive it a whole lot, right?
That's right. But honestly, like for a little short time, I drove a Honda that I inherited from my dad. But the car I had before that I had was a Subaru, and it was fantastic in the snow. I never had such traction. I had these like water shedding tires. It was so good. And then this car is supposed to be like a 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, and I'll go to my corner, and then if it's icy, I'll start like sliding into the intersection.
Oh, geez, that's not good.
No, and I'll start fishtailing and spinning around, and then I turn around and go home because it's scary, really scary.
Yeah, I drove in a little bit of snow here when we had it, and I was so scared because we get a lot of that. We get a lot of black ice here because it's mostly that sleet that turns into ice. And Marie ended up in a ditch one day and totaled her car. It was crazy. Pearl says they went for snow.
My sister-in-law's dad, when he was alive, was driving around here in the snow, and he ended up in the ditch, and he didn't want to trouble anyone, and he had a cell phone, but he didn't want to use it. This is what's weird about some older people.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was just laying there in the ditch, and then the car was like this, and finally someone pulled over and said, "Do you need help?" And he said, "I guess so." I don't think he was senile because he was just going to wait for the car to right itself. It needed to be pulled out.
Right. Debbie, when I first started on YouTube, I didn't hit the bell, so I have to go back to the people I love and hit the bell. I don't get notices on my phone. It's only the computer, and a lot of times I only open the computer to do my packages and then I close it. So I'm sorry, I'll have to get better. Sorry, Greg.
Well, when I open my neck, I can open a jewelry jar that I already opened, and it'll all be like new to me because I'm senile. So it'll be like, oh. Sometimes I find stuff and I'm like, I don't remember getting this.
Right. Pearl says, like, I can keep a secret. I cannot open that jar.
I wish I had.
Okay. Jennifer says she bought a bunch when she was closing up because she knew the good stuff. Right. Till recently, I was finding other jars and bags, so I didn't have to open till now.
All right. Well,
no. Pearl says she loves my necklace. I listed it the other night, but I figured I'd wear it because I like it, so I might keep it. I might unlist it.
I have not listed this yet. It seemed like something I would like to take apart and use. Is this called a lariat when it's like something coming off a V? It's a little bit long. It goes down to it almost goes down to my hoo-ha. It's so long. When I'm sitting.
Right.
I don't want to sit on it. You gotta wait. He's like, I'll show you why you don't have to wait. He's also upset because his sister dog, his roommate dog, went upstairs and not playing with him.
Mm-hmm. So, Yvonne, to answer your question. So what I do is I log on to Flip and then I open all of my platforms. Like right now you can only do Etsy. No, Etsy's coming, it says. You can do Poshmark and Mercari and eBay. So what I do, it says import listings and it says from where. So I hit eBay and then you click the ones you want, or you choose your eBay listings or whatever, Poshmark, Mercari, listings that you want to import. And then you can, so it comes up to a basic form and you can fill that, save it. So that way then you, on the side, there's like, for me, it says Poshmark, Macari, and it does Facebook too. So then you would take that listing and you hit Poshmark and you list it. And then you hit Macari and you list it. And then Facebook and you list it. But it doesn't take that long. So I can list a few. There are a few questions like on Poshmark and Macari that are different from eBay that you have to fill out. And then, of course, the price, you have to put that whole number. In eBay, you don't. So you got to adjust that. But it doesn't take long at all. And I like the idea that it is free for now. I'm sure they'll probably eventually put a price on it, but now it's free. And I like it. It's easy to use. And then there's another tab that says share. And you can share your followers. You can share your closet. You can share, I don't know, there's 3 different things that you can do. So, yeah.
But it operates on Chrome. And
Yes.
if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you're out of luck unless you download a Chrome extension. And then I am having a hard time going between regular and Chrome extensions. And I feel like my operation, I think something's screwed up with my iPad because of that.
Right. So I'm not familiar with iStuff or Apple at all. So you can't put like a group, you don't have Google Chrome, so you can't use, I don't know
Google,
if that extension can't be put on your operating system that you have.
I can use Google as like a search engine, but I can't, the Chrome itself, there is something I tried to download. However, to get to it, it's like Google wants to own the world, just like, I guess, Safari and the proper operating systems for they have their own built-in security. And when you backdoor another app onto your phone like that or your iPad, you are introducing yourself to viruses and bugs that your tablet can't control usually. So I don't know. I'm just saying it's kind of risky.
Yeah.
In a way.
I hear you.
I mean, maybe I'm being a worrywart, but it just seems to like all of a sudden, like my iPad's working really slowly and it's things are wonky.
Well, I'm sure it takes a lot more RAM and memory and all that stuff, I
don't know. It never really worked right. Like I could never really get it to start up. So I thought I downloaded it. I mean, not deleted it is what I meant.
Right. Well, I used List Perfectly before, but I find this is easier. And I have not tried Vendoo, but I think you have to pay for Vendoo too.
Vendoo was also Vendoo was also a Chrome in the past. When I looked into it, was also Chrome.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, they just say, "Screw you, iPad people," or
Right.
I still haven't yet seen a community page because I haven't opened up YouTube on the computer. So when people post stuff on their community, they go, "Why don't you go to the community?" I'm like, I don't have one.
And that's something I never think about is going to somebody's community page.
I can't. So it's useless.
Well, I tried to do Johnny's calendar from my phone. I haven't tried it from my computer, but it only pulls up my calendar when I do it from my phone.
Norgan.
All right, Debbie. Okay. Pearl says their weather was in the upper 70s over the weekend. Now it's freezing.
Where do you live, Pearl? Are you in California somewhere?
No, isn't she around New York-ish?
Is she? I thought she was California. I thought she was on the other side.
Oh, no.
What's funny? She's like, Suzy, haha. Oh, you're back when I said my new car. That was from 07.
Oh, yeah. You see, I told you.
Oh, maybe I said the hoo-ha. Oh, that's what Scarlett picked up on, the hoo-ha.
Oh, Greg says it's supposed to be 70 today in Ohio, then drop to 25 overnight. That's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy. That's why people get migraine.
Yeah. No, you can do more than one. Like you click the ones. You can't do sometimes if you kind of click to the side, it'll bring you to the page where you list it before you can get too many clicked. But you can click like it'll show 200. You can tell it you want more. So try it out. It's I like it. Pearl said her mom bought a new car in 2009. She only drove it to work, not even a few blocks away. She only had a few thousand miles on it a few years ago. Wow.
I just hit 50,000 on mine, just. And I have an 07. So, yeah, I don't drive it a lot.
Yeah. She said her son says low miles on a car isn't doing you justice.
It's true. Like, my mechanic actually said to me, you really ought to drive your car around a lot. And I'm like, I don't feel the need for speed. No, I just don't feel the need to do it. Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of, remember when you had a boo-boo? I got a mystery. You can't even see it. It's not doing it justice. It's very colorful. But I must have smacked my... Anyway.
Your knuckles are a little swollen.
Well, it's purple, but you can't really tell that well. It's
right.
I think it happened when I was taking my blinds off my window.
Right. I'm sorry, Pearl. I don't pay attention. I have a very Pearl's from Arizona.
Okay. I knew this. It seems like the west side
when they know where you live. Yeah. And Anika is back.
Is the thing. I don't recall ever hearing you say Arizona. However, even if you tell me Arizona in about 4 weeks or 4 minutes, I'll forget anyway because I'm senile. So
she's from California.
It took me a very long time to remember that Yvonne's name was Yvonne. Remember I said I need like 5 points of embarrassment to like remember somebody's important.
John says his thought on cars, he most of the time buys over 100,000 miles.
A lot of people when they saw that I had such low miles, they were like saying to me, you want to sell me your car? And I'm thinking at this point, yeah, you know what? I'm ready for a new one. I don't like these, like, every time like I do something like try to put air in the tires, like the valve broke off or something. And it's not like the tires are old. I got new tires recently. And I'll say recently, it was probably like 4 years ago, but it was recent. It was recently to me. It was probably only like 1,000 miles ago.
Right. 80 in Virginia.
Wow. I'm getting, I have a Easter cactus, which is like a Christmas cactus, only it has like more beautiful flowers. And it's getting little buds for the first time ever. I'm very excited to see what the flowers look like.
Oh, I know, Pearl. I didn't take offense to that. I'm caught up in a chat. Now I can pay attention to you.
People that are, I don't know. I think some people are super paranoid about like letting people know where they live. And I keep thinking your postman knows where you live. The banker knows where you live. Like your insurance agent knows where you live. I mean, so many people know where you live and they can find it. But like, what are they going to do? I mean, now I have an ex who could probably look me up. He found me on Facebook. I was trying to get away from him, but it's not, if he ever comes here, he's going to be met with some serious issues. So I'm not saying I'm challenging him, but for the most part, if people, I took away my doorbell for a very long time. So even if people were knocking on my door, I wouldn't have heard it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. A lot of people are so wrapped up in their own universe, they're not going to pay that much attention to yours. And if they do pay attention too much, then that's scary. It is scary.
You're right, Jennifer. And you can pull up who are known, like, family members. It's scary.
Somebody asked me my address once, and while I was talking to them on the messenger chat, they said, "You have a gray car." And I go, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "Well, I just did the satellite map of your address." and I'm like, that almost felt a little bit like evasion-y, like in a way. Yeah. And I heard you can get your image off the Google map. So I'm wondering, is the time now that people were actually saying, hey, you have a great farm?
You know, it's crazy for people to do stuff like that. I just believe, but you know.
But look, I might even say to somebody, look it up. You could look it up. Who cares?
Right.
But then they could go on to the, real estate registers, or like look you up on Zillow and see what you paid for a house. I mean, like you could do a lot of things.
Right.
That you don't necessarily want people to know about, but it can happen.
You ever try Googling yourself?
I have. There's a lot of people out there with my name. So, I
used to own another business, so that comes up.
There's like someone passed away, and there's a whole foundation with my name in her honor. There's teachers, there's lawyers, there's
but I'm talking about you personally.
Yeah, well, my stuff only comes up for social media.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, when I did an image search, there was only one image once, and it went away. Now I don't see it anymore.
Oh my God. Now that's crazy.
Pearl.
She could have put your first name on it if you gave her address to mail it.
Yeah, but
find you. Sure can.
What's the difference of people? I mean, I didn't want it out there for like the whole universe to know, but if one person in particular wants my last name, I don't find it to be that invasive to know it. However, maybe I should be changing if it's. I'm curious what you feel could be the problem, and maybe I should get a PO box and not have people know my address.
Right.
Right. No, I mean, I don't know.
People here, we didn't have mail here, like house to house mail. We just got that within the last, I don't know, maybe 5 years or so. But everybody had a post office box here. So now you can choose. So I keep my post office box. He's chewing sticks.
I don't even know. Now he's like, why did you take my snack away?
Let him chew his stick.
When he needs surgery to remove these sticks from his intestines, I'm going to have to take up collection. It's better to just not let him do it.
I know.
Tony's trying to fix up his house for sale, and he wanted to change out his plumbing in the bathroom. Like he got a vanity for the sink, and he fixed up the shower. Now he's working on the toilet, and he goes, I don't know how to tell you this, but now the water shutoff valve for his whole house doesn't work, and the toilet shutoff valve for the toilet water doesn't work. And I said, how are you going to work around it? And he said, I don't know. I tried all those different things and it's not working. But I already know just from the little sounds, because of the app we have, that he's already been to the hardware store 2 times.
That's a shame. Oh my God.
So he's not going to come home happy for sure. And he might come home telling me that there's a huge flood in his house. Oh, and he says, how in your house, like if your toilet was leaking, we could put like I'll call it a Tupperware, but some kind of plastic bowl there. Yeah. He said, mine is like adjacent to the floor. He said I had to pry up the like pipe to just.
I can't.
Yeah, to deal. Well, whoever built his bathroom built it up like on a sort of like way too high in the house. Like they should have dropped it down like at least a little bit. So they did such a strange job. I mean, his house is all
like his toilet on a pedestal.
I don't know, but everything in there is off, and I'm like, it's strange. But 100 years ago, he said like when he bought his house, it didn't have even like electricity.
Oh, okay.
Like in the right, hardly any. And like he said, he had to redo all no outlet. I'm thinking maybe did Amish people live in his house? What the hey? Like what was
right? Wow.
I saw a house online because I was looking at Pennsylvania, and I said, "Oh, here's a very interesting farmhouse." And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I said, "There's no light fixtures in the rooms." and there's no outlets in the rooms.
Oh, wow. Imagine the cost of that to put.
There was a note in it that said, P.S. There's electricity available for the house, but it's not running to the house. And Tony's like, such a job, you don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
And and then he said, it probably was an Amish family. And I thought, they don't even have a refrigerator? How do they keep their food cold? Because that runs on electricity. You can't.
Oh, no.
Really? What do you do? You just eat like eggs that day and you milk a cow and drink the milk that day? I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jennifer says anything you do with Plum takes lots of trips to the.
Well, for me, it takes him 4 trips to the store and then I have to call the plumber. That's what happens. But beside that.
Right. You're right, Pearl.
Yeah. Well,
people trying to get all the information on you.
I'm more curious because I'm more curious about people's why they do stuff, not necessarily what they're doing. Like, I mean, I want to know motivations or if they're just cuckoo and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And I say cuckoo nicely. Like, I know everybody. I have things. I have anxiety. I have depression. I have ADHD. I have PTSD. I mean, like, let's put out there could be so many letters next to my name with things, with issues. I have more issues than National Geographic.
Me too.
But because I can carry on a conversation, sometimes people think, oh, you seem normal and put together. But, I haven't left my house unless I'm with somebody, I leave the house. But when I'm alone, I do not leave the house. Mm-hmm. So that's a little cuckoo.
Well, people think people with chronic disabilities, unless they can see it, you don't have it. And that's so wrong. So wrong. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, like I said, if anybody would think I'm a stalker, it would have to be like the kind of that would never amount to anything because I don't leave the house. I wouldn't come and I don't even go to visit people I like and want to like hang out with. I just say, yeah, no, I'm not going.
Right. Girl says she wasn't raised to be normal. I mean, nosy to be normal. Nosy. Pearl, I can't speak today, so there you go.
Pearl, you better work on that.
Right. You gotta watch, G. When you know where you live, Google Maps. Yep. It stalks the Wawa.
When you plug in the address for Wawa, is Jennifer's car like in front of the truck?
Yeah, I bet it is, huh? Tell us which Wawa it is, Jennifer, and we'll see if we see your car there.
That would be funny.
That's funny.
Now that's enough, please.
He wants to go out.
When you said that, he looked at you. He said he wants to go out, and he looked at you.
He knows me. He knows me.
No, but it was like he's like she knows what I want.
Right. I know when Bella starts barking, it's like.
Well, when are you wrapping the show up? And then if it's soon, I'll wait, and if it's not, I'll take him out.
Well, it's up to you.
What is our adoring fan? The 3 people that are left. What do they want?
We have 20 people here, so stop.
Right now, there's 20 people.
Yes. I'm sure we have lurkers.
Well, lurkers.
As Larry would say, "Hello, lurkers."
Hey, lurkers. Looky-loos. The looky-loos are here.
Oh my goodness.
What should we call the lurkers? The people who won't just say, type in hi and be out with yourself. Come on.
Right. It's crazy.
So
I don't know. I lurk on channels. Sometimes because when I'm doing stuff, I feel like if I say that I'm there, then you got to start saying hello to everybody.
I did. If Anita's still here, I've gone on for like 10 seconds and like just poked in and I wanted to say hi, but like basically I'm watching something with my husband and he'll say, "What are you doing?" And I want to start this going. So I'm like, I can only really just jump on. Like, there's like a bunch of people who say I'm doing a drive-by hi, but that's kind of what I have to do. I have to kind of blanket hello.
you stop by, show some love, and hit the thumbs up.
Yeah. Spread the love around. I did that. I mean, I've been doing that. I mean, but like sometimes it feels like
I know.
it could take longer than you think.
Mm-hmm. I like the way Anitra, she makes her own jewelry. If she, has stuff and she makes her own jewelry. I need to start doing that.
I want to do that.
Listen to me, jewelry.
Jerry,
I know.
I want to make this into a shorter lariat or maybe 2 necklaces. I think it has.
Wait, Pearl said, did y'all know I've been married 2 times according to someone here because my ex had 2 residents?
Oh my God. You know your ex is resident? That's weird.
I didn't even know you were married, Pearl. So no.
Pearl.
People, yeah. If they got to know all that information, shame on them. Pearl, I don't care where you're from or what you do. I still love you.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I was just curious, like what state. I mean, and I'm curious about the people who live in middle to eastern PA because I might move there and I want input and someone to tell me like, don't move to Pottsville.
Right.
Jennifer
says she don't care. She tells all her business. Oh my God. Yeah.
Notice people talk in the chats until you book in. Really? You feel like, but maybe that's your perception and it's not really true. Maybe it's just something. Oh.
Let him out.
Oh. I can't.
No, you're not. Jennifer, stop it.
You're trailer trash? Aw. You're just making
I used to live in a trailer.
Okay, well, let me ask you another question. Now, this is my perception of someone living in a trailer, that they wouldn't have room for piles of jewelry. So where would you put it? And then someone will be like, well, I looked into double wides when I was moving out of the house, moving out of New York City. Mm-hmm. And I thought they were fantastic, but
we can't put them anymore unless they're grandfathered in. It's crazy. What? And I live in an old neighborhood, and you can't put a trailer or a double wide on your property unless you get like permission from all your neighbors and the council. And it's just crazy because I'd love to bulldoze my house and put a double wide.
Well, I want to tell you something. I told you I thought my neighborhood was just super residential and you were only allowed to have 1 residence per property per se. And the guy down the street went to some council meeting, like it was almost hush hush secret. And I never signed that I'm okay with it, but he said he was building a garage. I'm putting in quotes, the garage, this garage with a porch and 2 levels. So it is a house with a big door. Is right.
You know what, Pearl? You just gotta ignore them people.
I want to say a bad word. That's what it is. It is a garage. It is a residence in his backyard.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway.
Pearl says, Suzy, I'm not talking about you.
I know. When not even if I hate to say it, but even if you told me stuff, I forget it. I'm like, unless it was something that like felt very personal, and then I would remember it. But if it's just if people are just like yeah, like I'm not gonna.
Right. Anitra says, "Oh Lord, Jennifer, don't say that."
No, don't say that.
Right, Jennifer, I got a house and I need more room. I'm like a hoarder. I got shit everywhere, and it's all like reselling stuff.
I'm somewhat hoarderish, although I told you there's a psychopathy. Like there's a real actual mental illness of hoarding, and I said I did not reach the threshold of it being like another thing I could add to my list. It's like I'm getting there, but it has not gotten there yet.
Right.
You can't use functional space. It's almost like it has to be piled up to like where you can't walk through a room, or you can't sit on a couch at all, or
Right.
you can't sleep in your bed. Now,
Oh my God.
I have piles all around spaces, but
Uh-huh.
I can't use my dining room table, and I'm wondering if that's kind of a functional thing I'm not using. But we can eat in the living room if we want.
Right. Oh, I just soon eat in my car because I'm tired of the dogs like in your face while you're trying to eat.
Well, that's why
That's my fault for not training them right. I know that.
That's why we sometimes go to like a place outside the house to eat. I mean, even if it's like a reasonable
Right.
place. Because
Pearl said she had a famous YouTube person ask her how many bedrooms she had.
Really?
Right.
Interesting. I have literally one bedroom because no matter what the house says, they're not used. They're like used as closets. So
Right.
I mean, I probably could have a 4-bedroom house and I'll have one bedroom. So
Right. Jody
what
says,
does that
you crack me up.
Thank you. I appreciate. I'm trying to kind of be funny, like for the most part.
John says, thank you all for being a distraction from this crazy world. We try.
I hope so. But yeah, definitely. And there's another thing about not having more than one bedroom in your house. Like, and you're like me, you get less house guests, which is not. Because I used to have people I had a friend from Canada, and every time he'd be passing through, like to go someplace south in America, he would stop at my house. And I'm not saying he was a horrible person to have over. It's just less of that happens now. Because my old dog chewed up the mattress in our guest room, and then I went with it. I said, well, you know what? I'm not getting another bed. And there went all my friends. So
Right. You're right, Jennifer. You should be proud. She said she bought a whole home by herself.
That's good.
Right.
I bought this house by myself, but I really couldn't have gotten here if my parents weren't passed away. So, it's essentially,
Right. Yeah.
I had to sell where they were living, and I got money and I shared it with my brother and got this house.
Right.
If they were alive, I would be living in a 1-bedroom apartment in New York City.
Look, John asked me one day, he goes, Mom, I'm on my way home from work. Can so-and-so come in and sit while his wife comes in to pick him up? And I went, no. So they sat in the trunk.
I did the same thing when you were on. And Tony's son just walked in one day, and I'm like, I thought, Tony, why is your son in my house? And he's like, what do you mean? I go, well, if I didn't even try to pick up, I mean, like, give me a couple weeks notice at least.
Right.
Oh, it's sad.
Chris told me, watch Hoarders, Dawn. You'll feel better about your space.
That show gives me anxiety. I feel like
I know.
I feel like I'm a couple of orders away from.
Right, Pearl. I know. It's crazy. Oh my God.
The nosy ass people don't pay your bill.
That's right.
But being nosy, it might just be conversation starters, and I mean, and people might not pay it any mind. True, like it depends on their motivation for their nosiness.
Right.
And I'm concerned that like how Jennifer is unloading all these jewelry boxes. I was concerned about doing stuff like that on the air because I didn't necessarily want to list like very nice jewelry on the internet, and then people get my return address, and then like what if they want to come and take it, and I'll have to pull out the guns. I'm just saying.
And how many do you have?
Well, that's not important. But
this season,
I was going to say, according to the state of New Jersey, I might not have any. Like, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. It's like
Anitra says, with all the stuff she's got in her house, I definitely don't let people come in.
Yeah, well, the thing,
I think it's like that with all resellers.
But I mean,
I don't know.
My driveway is starting to look like, she said the word trailer trash, and I'm thinking, well, I look like I don't have a high standard for how my property should look at this point, where I have like, I must have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have like 7 trash receptacles. Some of them are recyclable things, and a deck storage thing that I don't really use, so I should just give it away or sell it. Nobody wants it's dirty. That's what I'm telling myself.
Right. Well, Jennifer said her boyfriend had a free ride long enough, so he pays the bills now.
Well, good
for you, Jennifer. Good for you.
I feel like pay some bills or do a lot of work around the house.
Right.
I'm sorry, but it's fair. Fair is fair. Do things that I would have to pay for otherwise. Fix it up for me. Do the lawn. Clean it. Something.
Jennifer says she's got costume jewelry. Nobody's coming to her house. Me too, Jennifer.
You know, I guess like when I was a kid, somebody robbed my apartment when I lived in New York City, and they took my inheritance. Like, that was the only thing I really got bent out of shape. Like my mom had a ring she was going to give. It was a rose gold diamond, and it had a couple of rubies like in it, and it was my gift for my sweet 16, and they took it, and I don't know. I feel like I
carry that stuff with you, definitely.
I hold a grudge.
Yeah, so. I mean, I know I was invaded by a friend, and I had my wedding rings off that I got for my 25th wedding anniversary.
Do you see the dog, by the way? This is why he has.
I didn't play with that stick.
He has a stick in his mouth. I'm not letting him inside.
Arden, you got a stick?
It looks like he's got a stogie. He's like, yeah. I got a stick here. Crying. You don't leave my sticks in my mouth.
You ever saw that like, I don't know if it was a YouTube or a TikTok where the dog is like coming in with a whole big tree branch?
Come on, give it to me.
Right.
I'll put it in my mouth and I'll vomit.
Mark said he turned 16 4 times.
What?
Oh,
I was embarrassed. Up until a couple months ago, my whole side of my house was like off, and Tony replaced the panel in front of
Jennifer said, "Wait, invaded by a friend?" Yeah, it was a friend's kid came in my house. I used to take my wedding rings and I'd put them on the table, like if I had to go do something in the kitchen, cook or whatever, and I'd put them on the table next to my chair. And my mom would come in when she babysat and she'd pick them up and put them in my room. So when they were gone, I didn't think anything of it. And a couple days later, I realized they were gone. But they also stole my son's cell phone. And when I called it, they answered it. So that's how I knew who it was.
That's it. Well, you know, my paranoia, and I guess I was having a bout of paranoia. Some of our banks over here have these, they're like safe deposit boxes. Mm-hmm. So I bought one and I put anything that I thought was worth more than probably like a couple bucks in there, just so that I wouldn't have it laying around. Because, I mean, let's face it, if I had it for all of my jewelry, it'd have to be like the size of a wall. But because I have a lot of costume jewelry, but I mean, you know, but like anything that was considered, I put like, you know, like the deed to your house, you put the car thing, the title, you put your burial plot information, I don't know, that kind of stuff in there.
Right. You're right, Jennifer. Well,
yeah,
it was a kid, and it was her boyfriend, I think, that did it. But she was there. She was a part of it. So, yeah. But, I mean, I'm still friends with the dad. We're very good friends. But, I mean, what can he do? You know, that noise, Jennifer says, ew, it's your iPad.
I was noticing it myself last night. I was, like, doing stuff, and it's really getting creaky. And
yeah, it's a real creaky sound. Is that what you're talking about, Jennifer?
Now I feel like I need to get a less protective, quieter, and then that's going to cost me.
She's got a 3-year-old's cover on it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to afford another like $20
Pieces are expensive.
Yeah, and I mean, I know.
She said yes. That was the noise.
It keeps like adding up on me, and then I need. Okay, the blinds that I tell Tony, I think I paid $6 for Venetian blinds the last time I bought Venetian blinds, and now they're $17.80 or like
I know
20, and then the ones that are like the wooden slatty ones are like $50 each, and I'm like,
shit, 50? They higher than that.
Well, it depends where you get them. I'm going to get them at the cheapest store possible.
Look at that comment.
I have a.
Didn't a little girl once tell you, you have a case just like mine?
She was like a little older than a toddler. And she goes, I have the same iPad case. And then I took it out in another store because it had the QR code. And so I was like, I love that cake. I'm like, it's very popular. Although it's for a toddler. It's like a crock. It's like my iPad is wearing a crock around.
Hey, if it works. You know how many times I dropped my phone? It's crazy.
Well, I'm telling you, that's why I sat with the phone on an easel today. And because when I hold it, it's like, great.
Mm-hmm. Yay, Jennifer.
Yay.
I haven't had that one sale. I mean, I had a couple, but nothing yesterday until that one. But it's like one sale. I mean, I know it was a big sale and they haven't paid for it yet, but it was just one. And I've been listing.
Well, is it still listed? Like, is it now listed as sold and you can't sell it to somebody else?
It disappears. Yeah, off of eBay, it disappears.
How?
And I didn't delete it off of Macari and Posh. I just deactivated it.
Right. That's a good thing to do. Now,
but I'm going to be positive that they're going to pay for it. They're waiting for payday tomorrow. That's my take on it.
All right. So, yeah, at what point do you say, like, I mean, I would want my pay.
But, you know, if you send them an invoice, they have even longer to pay.
Huh. Really?
So I usually will just send a text message if it goes beyond like 3 days and say, just checking to see, do you still want this? If not, I can cancel it for you. Because I don't want to leave my Yes, Jennifer, when do you want us to do it?
Yeah.
Let me know.
I could show all the stuff I'm going to list and say, does anybody want it for like...
Right. When do you think would be a good time, Jennifer? Because you're all over the place on YouTube and you know who's when and where. So tell us what would be a good time.
In the afternoon.
There. I'll even make the thumbnail. Jennifer goes, there's no thumbnail, by the way. And I said, I know, I just made it. Oh, wait, that's my doctor, okay?
So now it's my show. I can talk about her behind her back. I don't even know where she lives. Anyway, I feel very congested today. I've been trying to, the reason I was talking about blinds was my blinds are old and dusty. And sometimes the dogs, when they have access to the windowsills, they'll break the blinds.
What's talking about me?
So I need to get new blinds for some of the windows. I feel, unless I just leave them naked for for my upcoming sale of my property.
Uh-huh.
I dread this. This is a horror show. I was just kind of hoping I would sadly drop dead here and I would never have to move again because I'm too old. I'm living in dog years and I feel so much older now than I did, that even when I got engaged and then even when I moved here. When I got my first apartment, I was sitting up on the top of a ladder. I was plastering the ceiling. I was sponge painting the walls. I didn't care. I did everything. Mm-hmm. And now it's like I can't even turn my head. Like my head is atrophied and my neck hurts so much. Like I can't even I have to move my body to move my neck. Mm-hmm. So it's a problem. I mean, Tony was trying to do a new ceiling fan for me, and I said, I'll try, because I did it in the past. And I couldn't even turn my head upright to look. And I said, what's happened to me? I've turned into an old person whose neck has got stuck in a place and can't move. That's right.
Well, so I have a reason I can't move. My kids always stand behind me and go, Mom, look at this. And I'm like, yeah, no.
I can't. Well, I had surgery on my neck, and I don't know if that made it worse, but they said that it was very much near ligaments and nerves, and they were worried about the surgery. But I cannot now like I have to turn my body for I mean, like I little, but not enough to really like I have to turn. It's my dad was kind of like that when he was an old man, and I'm like, well, I don't feel like I'm as old as he was when it happened. I know I'm young. I'm not young.
You're not getting sick.
I feel so congested, but I think it's the dust. There's so much dust in this house. Thanks to my dogs.
Oh, I didn't mean that you didn't have a life, Jennifer. I mean, I know you mod for a bunch of people. Oh my God. So after one on Tuesday and Thursday, and any time after Johnny's the rest of the week.
Okay. I wish that there was some. I can't afford to go.
Jennifer says she can't list at night.
I can't do any. I'm talking about something else with my dad. I have such a high deductible that I better be listed if I ever want to go to the doctor. It's sad.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I need to have I had to buy that window. I need like home replacement money. I mean, help the fix up money just to make my thing look like it didn't get eaten by dogs.
I know the feeling. I can't do Wednesday.
Jennifer, we see you everywhere. You know what? It's like if you're tuning in to people you like, and I appreciate that you're here. It's very nice, and I know Dawn appreciates it too, and we're happy that anybody enjoys our company for a few minutes. It's lovely. So I'm not gonna throw shade because you're on YouTube. I think YouTube.
No, I didn't mean it that way. I feel bad.
I think it's like for me, it's company. You know, sometimes I'm alone a lot, and if I don't hear Dawn talking to me now that I found Dawn, but like I used to turn on the live stuff. The problem with auctions and me are that I will buy stuff and I cannot afford to be bringing stuff in when I need to get stuff out, and I can't afford it financially. I mean, I can afford like $20 here and $20 there, but for a while I was going to everybody's auctions, and if I saw something I liked, I just bid on it. There's something about the urgency, and it feels like it made like the bells and whistles go off my head. That felt good, and I'm sad that that's a good thing for me because it's expensive.
Right. They see me everywhere because I procrastinate.
That's the thing.
My God.
I find YouTube very satisfying when I want to procrastinate. But
you don't list.
It's procrastination, and I do list, but I don't think I can list while I'm actually on a show.
I know. I get so jelly when everybody goes, "Oh, I listed 20 things today." Y'all, I can't do past 5. I get so like I fall asleep.
Unless I just take a picture of a shirt and the front, the back, and then say super cute shirt, $5, or well, I probably say 20, but you know what I mean? Like, just to
super cute shirt.
Super cute shirt. Come and get it.
I think it was but it was pretty boring with no camera. And Johnny, I don't know how well my computer would do running live. Well, you could try.
I'm wondering, like, a lot of people just show their hands, but why don't people show their faces? Are they thinking that they have to have hair and makeup? Is it that they don't want to be out there on the internet with their face? I'm curious sometimes why people won't show it. I had a little bit of stage fright the first time I did it, but then I don't really care. I feel like nobody really cares enough about me to be bothering watching me. So, and I don't mean that you guys, but I mean like the people that might like make my bells and whistles go like, not in a good.
You know, some people do like they'll go do a live and they'll write on a test. I've seen people do that where they're just testing out their equipment.
I did that a couple times. I did a live test, and Johnny came on and said hi. That was sweet.
Yeah, that makes sense, John. He said 5 a day is a great goal. That's 25 a week or 100 a month. Yeah. And then I do end, and I don't do it every day, but I do end and sell similar. So
I would definitely do it if I see zero.
Girl, I'm sure you're not ugly, honey.
Come on.
You're not.
I don't want to say things out loud, but plenty of people who are on the air are not good looking, and they're even on network television. So what's the difference? I mean, you should see some of the people that are doing the news. They're really like, I said to you, I said their faces and bodies were made for radio. So they're just out there and they get paid. So
yeah,
good gig if you can get it.
Right. Yeah, Yvonne, what I discovered this week is if I take pictures and fix the pictures at night, then the next day I can list real fast. But what I have to do when I take a picture is I write down in my notebook, this necklace, how long it is, base things I got to put. And then the next day I scratch it off as I go. Otherwise I forget what pictures are on my phone. What I'm saying? So
I started sorting jewelry, putting it in bags, and then if I bother, because I can't see very well, if I bother to use all that magnification to see the brand name, I'll put the brand name on at least. So I don't have to do it again, because I will forget that, what was that again? It was so hard to read. Oh, I got to do it.
Yeah. Pearl says they care enough about you to ask how many bedrooms you have and how many times you've been married.
Well, let's have we can have I've only been married once. It's pretty easy. And I just got married. So I waited a very long time. What is it? 1, hair, makeup 2, have bad teeth from the drug, need denture, self-con. Okay. I get it. There's a lot of people. Yeah. I'm not smiling very broadly.
Me either. Pearl says, yes, I'm ugly. Oh, Pearl, stop. And 3, Jennifer says she's getting old.
You're talking to people who are probably 10 or 15 years older than you right now about being old.
Right. Yvonne says, yes, break it up so it's not tedious. Faces, bodies for real. All fix. I can't read. Faces, bodies for radio. All will fix all that soon. Yeah. Al will fix that all that soon. Yeah. I can't read. I'm like a Larry this morning.
Oh, I just meant there are some stations that hire these guys that they look like models and they're gorgeous, or these women who look like models, and those were always like, we're doing the weather or whatever. Mm-hmm. But our local station just hires people that it looks like they rounded them up at the train station. They just don't. It's just like, come and work on TV, and they look like very regular people.
Right. Oh my God. Pearl says someone asked her, some other YouTube person, have you seen Pearl? Do you know what she looks like? Well, Pearl, I don't care what you look like, honey.
It's not so much like that we're gonna be saying, can you believe how wrinkled she was, or did she have like absolutely no? It's just curiosity. Like you might be curious about my face, or you might be curious about her face, and then now you can put our chat stuff with our faces, and it feels more familiar to me when I see somebody and I go, oh, that's that person. It just makes them more real, like in a way. And some people I feel are under pseudonyms, and then I'm sort of curious what people look like, but only as like just because as a social thing. It's not any weird.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Anitra. She says we are who we are, like it or love it. It's what she says. Right.
And I know that I've been like up and down with weight, and
Well, Jennifer, I have some missing teeth too, and I'm self-conscious.
I have missing teeth, but I'm going to say it's mostly my molars. So I used to, someone said, well, you should get that fixed so you can eat. And I go, eating's overrated. But it's
Right.
not. I mean, like, I feel like I'm getting old. So how much more will I be eating?
Mm-hmm. Right. I'd love to get those, what do you call them? Those implants?
All on 4s. The all on 4s.
Oh. Wait, I got to take this.
Like, I'm going to say this about the thing. Like, I do feel like the people who are super popular on YouTube show their faces. They have engaging personalities. They have charisma. And most likely, I'm going to say that, are young. Like, the really, really, really popular people. They're like young and beautiful. And then they're influencers. But, there's other people who are just knowledgeable and friendly, and they're going to get viewers too. And then there's people who do stuff you like maybe you watch cooking channels. I watch dog grooming channels, and the people that groom dogs are not that per se good looking or anything. I'm not doing it to watch the people. I'm just soothed by them taking care of the animals. And so I find that interesting. So I don't know. But gray hair, who cares if you have gray hair? I mean, I kind of feel like I'm not ready to grow it out, but I felt like I was, and then I went and touched up some roots. But I can't afford to go to the beauty parlor or the beauty parlor. See, I'm beauty parlor old. Now it's called the salon. Yeah, the hairdresser. There's a woman in my town that specializes in blonde hair, but it's like it's like a 2-month wait to get an appointment with her, and she charges so much money that
Yeah. I have to go. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I got some stuff going on with my son, so I gotta go. But I love y'all.
All right.
So next week, do you want me to leave it open?
No, you could go. You go. I have to go too.
Okay. All right, guys. We will see y'all next week, or we might pop up and do a listing show.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Have a good week.
Yes.
Bye.
Have a great week, y'all. Toodaloo. And keep smiling because we are still on. It didn't end.